Hey friends, so it's another episode of Self Care Sunday, and this week y'all are going to get a double dose of me because I am taking out these extensions that I put in right after I came home from surgery, knowing that I was not going to want to do anything with my hair for a period of time. So it has been 3 weeks, almost a month now, and these things have pretty much had it. So I'm taking these out, and I'm going to pre-poo today, and then I'm going to wash and do my protective style tomorrow. So that is not going to be the topic, though, of this week's self-care. This week, I am staying with the same theme of that I've been talking about for the last couple of weeks, just about, how our homes matter to us, how everything that we do affects our well-being, our self-care. So now that we've all been home for so long and we're social distancing, we don't have the opportunity to get out, go places, see people we might normally spend time with, go to happy hours, go to restaurants, be social, all of that good. We are realizing how much home really matters, how much our outlook on things really matter. So carrying on with the theme of home mattering so much, I wanted to talk to you guys about our hobbies as well, our skills, the things that we do well, and the gifts that we are given by our Father, that are our natural God-given gifts. We can provide these things to other people, and I believe that we always should try whenever possible. If, like me, you are in primarily a service industry, let's face it, interior design, decorating, event design, these are really service industries, right? If you're in one of these industries, you can't really, shouldn't say you can't. It's very difficult to still get out and share our gifts with others. I can't go to a client's home, or I suppose I could, but I wouldn't, because it would be putting them at risk right now, right? It would be putting them at risk. It would be putting me at risk. And money is not that important. It's important, we got to live, right? But it's not that important to put your health and other people's health at risk. So, being at home means that you have to find other things that bring you joy, right? That leads me to the topic of the day. There are a lot of things that I do around the house. I garden. I love to clean and organize. Not clean so much, but I love to organize. I love to crochet. I love to paint. There are certain things that I just like to do. They're hobbies, but they're also things that I do in my career. With that said, I hope and pray that each of you either already knew what you really loved and have been able to spend some time doing those things during our quarantine, or that you are finding new things to enjoy, either alone or with your families, with whoever you're quarantined with. These are the sorts of things that keep us sane. These are the sorts of things that make us happy. These are the sorts of things that will keep a person from going crazy, for lack of a better way to say it. I hate using that terminology, but for lack of a better way to say it, that's what I'm saying to you guys. I love to garden. I didn't think that I would be a gardener. And I started gardening because my grandmother loved to garden. Both of my grandparents did, actually. But as I got older, my grandmother and I became really good friends. Not just mama and daughter, mama and granddaughter. We came to really enjoy these things with one another, really have some great conversations with one another. And as a result, we just started to really enjoy things like cooking and pretty things in the house and gardening. Then I realized that, hey, there's a reason that our grandparents gardened. There's a reason that my great-grandparents gardened and had animals and all of this. And my grandmother used to always say that they never, ever were in a position where they did not have enough food. And the reason for that is because her parents grew their own food. Her parents raised their own animals. And she, in turn, did the same thing, minus the animals. So now that we're all going through these shortages of food and people hoarding things, it feels amazing to be able to walk outside and pick a pepper if I need a pepper. Or, see squash, which is not up yet, but half my garden isn't up yet. But just the fact that we'll be able to eat feels amazing. And it's a sustainability factor that I feel like has been lost over the generations. So I just would encourage you guys to find a hobby if you don't already have one, or spend more time on your hobby during this time where all we have is time. Enjoy yourself, enjoy these things with your family. Like, your family may not like gardening. I thought my family didn't. My husband gets out here with me. My son will say, Mom, let's plant apple seeds. As a matter of fact, we have some over there waiting to be planted now. So you just never, ever know. And now is the perfect time to get out and enjoy one another and find something that you can do together and something that helps your life be more sustainable. So that's the message of the day. And I will continue this message tomorrow when I come back after getting all these extensions out. And, here comes the rain. Getting all these extensions out and getting my hair washed, and we'll continue the discussion. All right, you guys. Talk soon. Bye. Hey, you guys. So, continuing our conversation. It's now Sunday, and I finished my hair from yesterday. Let me just, for those of you who are interested, my Naturalistas, I basically took out my extensions yesterday. I did a pre-poo. First things first, I had to detangle, which I used my As I Am Jamaican Black Castor Oil Spritz. It's basically just water, glycerin, Jamaican Black Castor Oil, and some other things. But anyway, so I used that to wet my hair down, spray my hair down. And then I used my fenugreek oil on the length of my hair to finger detangle all over. It took forever. And I used aloe vera gel on my scalp. And then I just put it up in a bunch of twists as I was going along, and I slept with it like that last night. Today I got up and I washed my hair. I did my clarifying wash, which you guys know I only do once a month, typically at the beginning of the month, but because I had those extensions in, I went ahead and did it this week. So I washed my hair. I did a light conditioning in the shower, and then now I'm about to do a deep condition. So that is the hair care routine for this week. But this week on Self-Care Sunday, we're talking more about, our lives and our new normal, and the things that we realize need to happen or change, or not necessarily need to, but just things to consider, especially since we've been self-quarantined. We've been, everybody's kind of like social distancing and keeping to themselves. So we were talking about, and I would like for you guys to get involved in the conversation. We were talking about finding things that bring you joy and sharing those with the family and being able to really enjoy your home, your life, your friends and family, and finding things that actually help to sustain your life. So, I talked extensively about gardening and why I got into gardening. That's just one thing, right? So, I also talked about other hobbies like painting, whether you like to draw or, rearrange furniture all the time, which of course, these are all things that I do as part of my career, but they're also, like I said, things that I enjoy. So I would like to know what you guys do and what you think about finding a new hobby, finding something that brings you joy that actually is sustainable and helps to sustain your life. Things that you can pass on to, next generations. If you have children, things that you can teach your children to do. A lot of the things that I get into are things that I didn't realize I was into, but they came from my mom, my grandparents, my great-grandparents, my aunts, my uncles. They came from, my family. It's a lineage. It's a legacy. And these are things that I would also like to give to my children. They don't necessarily have to have the skills or want to do these things, but it's the concept. It's the concept of, I can be at home for my, well, let me just say this. The way my anxiety's built, coronavirus has not affected me much at all because I can be at home for any given period of time and I'm good because I'm super anxious all the time anyway. So, it has not bothered me, but when you're caught in situations like this, think about how can I live my life like this, and what can I do? Can I journal? Can I, what can I do to make myself a better person? How can I use times like this to better myself, better others, become more sustainable? Anything that's positive that can come out of these situations is always better than focusing on the negative and focusing on, oh my God, I'm stuck at home. I can't go out. I can't do this. I can't do whatever. Dance, sing like nobody's watching because nobody's watching. Enjoy life and find what feels good and what works for you and for your family. So I guess that's pretty much it. That is the goal of this Sunday's self-care. It's just to get you guys thinking about that and talking about it and living it. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please share them with me. And I hope that y'all are staying safe and sane at home. And I will chat with you all soon. Bye, guys. Happy Sunday.